expose his name publicly as being attached and being abused by Jeffrey Epstein.
This is classic central casting. Now I have an appreciation for why Donald Trump said for so long, central casting, central casting, central. This is central casting, getting all of these women together, all of these the fake waterworks going on and the crocodile tears crap, and yet, because this is all about the revolution. That's why they do this. I mean, if you know anything about it, you know, the Marxists and communists, everything and anything goes. Like, anything is justified. The ends justify the means. That's the reason Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Anna Paulina Luna, they are absolutely in the camp with the squad in the Democrat House. But they will run on Republican tickets. That's the most infuriating part to me, is that, because I've watched it my whole adult life, that these deadbeats, these losers that have no shame, so they don't care what you think, because they know that they're trash, and it's all that matters to them is the revolution. So, but what happens is they are not with the Republican Party, and that's how they end up keeping the Republican Party constantly at odds. And then they do shit, like, because this isn't about that Massey just sees things differently, or Marjorie, no, this isn't. First of all, they've stood with the communists on too many other things too. But this is what the rhinos do. These people are worse than rhinos, though. All they want is to monopolize Donald Trump's entire term. That's what's frustrating to me, is that this isn't about victims. This isn't about any of that. These aren't even really victims. I mean, people have already looked into that and found out that some of these people, there's no way to know. One said that she was abducted by a UFO. They're central casting. That's the reason they were able to get them all together. Because think about it. The Democrats could have done this all during Biden's term. They didn't. Why? Because Trump's not attached to this. And it doesn't matter whether his name is on anything. He told his supporters for 4 years in rallies that you need an insider to take it down. So I don't care what they find. What will come out, the Democrats are going to have to be disappointed again, is that and that's why it was under his first administration that Epstein was finally, something was done. But they waited for him to get in, and instead of being people that are honorable people, you get all these fake survivors, because you can tell they're just liars. You could just tell it's and the reason too you can tell is because, like this clip, it's over the top. It's meant to strike a chord emotionally with you, so you'll attach to it. That's what it's meant to do. But it's all bullshit. It's no different than let's pay a protester. Let's pay people to do a riot. It's the same thing. They could have done this stuff 4 years ago. I mean, people that are MAGA have been talking about Epstein for 7 years, and the Democrats ignored it. When Biden was in, they could have been making it the priority. They didn't. So then to see any Democrat be on board with this and acting like they give a shit, it's like, no, you know what this is all about. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is just looking for another chance to grandstand, as if she doesn't do that enough on a daily basis. And Massey, he's just trying to save his seat, because Trump's been calling for him that he's got to go for a year. Yet then he gets on some news today and says that, well, you know, the person that is paying all this money to campaign against do campaigns against me in my state, well, he happens to be in the black book. So what? Everybody's in the black. That's the book everybody's seen. Everybody's in that. That doesn't mean anything. So see, he's desperately trying to save his seat. No, you need to go, Massey. Everybody knew you needed to go a long time ago. And Green's got to go too. Because they are not America first. They are not make America great again. This is all, these women are not legit. They aren't. That's the reason they're going overboard with trying to get you to emotionally attach to their stories. This is all part of the revolution, and this is they want an endless stream of a Me Too movement. Do people remember what bullshit the Me Too movement ended up being? Yeah, that's what this is, except on steroids. It's frustrating, it really is, because I'm sick of these people that interfere with our government like this. This isn't about victims. The fact that all of these women flew in, many of them flying in from places, so they're not even American citizens, flying in and don't know who most of their names are, a few, but doing it all at once. No, that's paid. They're paid. And it's all to try to disrupt Trump's term. Like, for them to sit there and say, he has to see us. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And then the one that stood up there and said, we're going to make our own list. That sounds like reverse blackmail. It's like you're saying you better do this, or we're going to just say whatever names we want. If you know the names, since you were all abused by, then why aren't you saying them? You could have said them in the press conference yesterday. They didn't. You know why? Because they want this to endlessly be a Me Too movement that never ends. And they're all bullshit. I mean, talk about the most distasteful women. Really. And the biggest thing, the thing is, I listened to Whitney Webb, of all people, today. I listened to a whole podcast with her, a recent one. And the one thing that's always bothered, because that's tied to this, that everybody that keeps acting like that Trump thinks that there's no victims of Epstein is bullshit. When he says Democrat hoax, he means what they've tied to Epstein. Because that's what they did for 4 years, was tie all this shit. Because can't you see what that's done? When you tie intelligence agencies and Mossad and Israel all to Epstein, all these different things, even Weinstein, or that mathematician out of Harvard saying, I want to know why Jeffrey Epstein was tied to my graduate program. That's a great way to deflect from Clinton, who's all over the list, okay? Do you see how that helps them? That's the reason. That's what he means by the Democrat hoax. But they keep spinning it like the Democrats do, like Marjorie, well, they're Marjorie and Massey Democrats. But what they all hate, and if you listen to Whitney Webb, you hear it too, what they hate is they hate the rich. They hate the rich. And that's what I think ultimately this is about, besides wanting to take down Israel, and neither will be successful. But I think that because that's really what the Marxists and Lenin, they always hated the wealthy. But I think that these groups have gotten so deranged in their thinking. Look at what's in the Democrat House. It tells you all you need to know about being deranged. That they will do whatever they have to. They want to take all billionaires down. And that's what Whitney Webb serves. That's what all of these people serve. This isn't about justice. This isn't about victims. This is about their revolution. And these are paid central casting people that are not victims, but are put on the screen to pull at your emotions so that you will see Donald Trump as the enemy. All of them are the criminals and the enemy.